In 2008, IIFL Wealth dreamt big. Today, we are the leaders in wealth and asset management, credit solutions and succession planning. With $38 billion worth of wealth and assets under advice, the trust of over 6,700 families. We've achieved this faster than any other Indian financial enterprise, not by following the cardinal rules of financial success, but by writing our own. We've challenged the definition of conventional management and proved that conviction and hard work are the fastest routes to success. We haven't hired employees. We've attracted people with an owner's mindset. Because when you own something, success becomes personal. Ours is a company where owners work and workers own. Today, we can put an exact number on the revenue we've generated, the profits we've made, the taxes paid, the awards we've won, and the number of lives we've transformed. What we can't put a number on is the unending trust we've built. It's not without reason that we've chosen the Shri Yantra to define our purpose. With a symbol that embodies Goddess Lakshmi's tool to create unending wealth, we are well prepared for the next decade and more. We are here. We are now. We are IIFL Wealth.
I1S, aluminium door and window system made with Japanese excellence. Now made in India by KGA with Baruco Extrusions. 2-pane to 6-pane sliding windows and doors, fixed and casement window and door combinations, especially designed stays, handles and locks, all in-house. The WinS system is windproof, waterproof, pollution-proof and 30 decibels quieter. Proof-tested to last over 10,000 cycles. The YKK Group in 71 countries with 42,000 staff. Our global projects: the Mode Gakuen Towers, the Singapore Botanical Gardens, the Singapore Reflections. At our Baruco Extrusions, we make custom dies, profiles and fittings. Every part of our I1S system is made in-house. The I1S system by KGA with Baruco Extrusions, your reliable partner. Call us.
Team Protec on the 18th. Vikram Limse and Rajgopal Kaushik with ASM aces Vinod Anand Sharma and NS Srivatsa. Action moves to the 18th green. ASM Aces now with their putt from the right of the flag. Doesn't seem to have enough strength to reach the hole. Never over, never in is what they say. So you need to give it that little bit of a tweak to see that it crosses at least past the hole and the flag. So there is a chance for it to drop in. Vinod Sharma and Srivatsa on the 18th for the ASM Aces. With them, Vikram and Rajgopal of Team Protec. No action on the 9th yet. Far off. I think a group has finished its tee shot. We have some putting happening on the first green as well. Ramaya Royals seems to be there with Krishvi Dishum on the first green. Picture in picture, you can see the Ramaya Royals players. Satish and Murli with Ayappa and Hari of Krishvi Dishum. ASMS is the second putt, much more firm, just missing from the right, but I think the next one is doable. ASM Aces completing the formalities on the 18th. And it's in with a lot of body support, but sunk in and happy. The smile said all, the happiness. So 18th green done, we can move to the first green where Krishvi Dishum is about to putt out. And Krishvi Dishum does the same. With a little bit of help from the body, sinks it in. We never thought body side worked, but it does seem to work here. A twist of your body after the putt and the ball listens. Team Protec. Firm, straight, inside left. Oops, that went outside. Cannot believe it. Maybe it had to be a bit more center, a bit more right. It just moved on beyond. Vikram and Rajgopal for Team Protec. That one has sunk in, much to the relief of his partner, who just missed it by a whisker from the right, or from the left rather. Let's see where we can bring you more live action from. Stay tuned to KPL 2021. And that looks like the 14th green. Can see SNC Eagles, Vinod Chinnappa and Lalit Kumar Bagla, with Sandeep Kulhali and Karthik Shah of Anugrah Atria Power. So on the 14th, Vinod Chinnappa with a very short putt. But pulls it left. A short punch rather than a nice flow. So Lalit now will have to clean up behind Vinod. Rushed it with a punch and pulled it to the left, Vinod. So maybe Lalit now would have it a bit easier. Taking his time, Lalit. And this one moved from the right. So he made the right adjustment because his partner punched and pulled to the left. But this time the ball didn't break in. It just went around the right of the cup. And I guess it's going to be his putt that they'll finish with after the partners are done. Lalit finishes it finally after the few tense moments there. They're glad that they're done and they walk on to the 15th. We have a batch now walking up in the smaller screen. You can see onto the 9th green. It's once again the SNC Eagles who are here. Naveen Yadav and Dr. Sitaram Shetty. The owner, Dr. Sitaram Shetty of SNC Eagles, with Atria Anugraha Power or Anugraha Atria Power, who just chipped from the right of the green, the rough on the right, or looking to chip. Partner just scouting the green and trying to understand where the ball should land and what kind of kick and speed to expect. Naveen Yadav, Dr. Sitaram Shetty playing with Vijay MR and Rohit Marol. So MR Vijay, again member of the managing committee here at the KGA. On the right front edge, rough, and SNC Eagles, Naveen and Dr. Sitaram on the left front edge rough. So SNC Eagles will chip first. So he's opted to putt from there. I think he has a flattish surface, just maybe 1.5 feet of the heavy rough, after which it's the first cut and the green. So an initial jump and it should run along pretty smooth but short. Keeps himself very short, which means Dr. Sitaram Shetty would now have to attempt the same shot. Okay, so they seem to be dropping, so maybe So Dr. Sitaram Shetty also opting for a putter. Just wants to negotiate the initial thick tuft of grass. Once it's on the green, it just races ahead. So maybe that initial jump again. And this time a bit more firm. And definitely closer. Should be around 2 feet. And possible sink. Over to Vijay now for Anugrah Atria Power with his chip. It's got to be another soft one with soft hands, just landing on to the green. Lobbing it softly onto the green and few rolls to the right of the green. All set Vijay as his partner now drops adjacent to him. Rohit now will be chipping from the same place, trying to get a better result than MR Vijay in the picture-in-picture. You're watching Rosetta by Ferns. Priya, Alex and Adrian Pereira and Promac Pinhai, Nitin Sood and Sagar Muthappa. So that's the action on the 18th in the picture-in-picture. Dr. Sitaram Shetty just looking to finish up in the smaller frame. Priya Alex of Rosetta by Ferns. Dr. Sitaram Shetty has missed, so his partner is trying to hold out. Naveen Yadav. And he does. Rohit Marol now with the customary tap in and done it for Anugraha. So all eyes now on the 18th. Pereira, Adrian Pereira with that putt and he sinks it. And a thumbs up, enjoy. And Priya Alex happy, fist pump with the caddy. Rosetta by Ferns getting an applause there from their team members who are watching from the gallery as they move away from the 18th to the 1st. The 9th green. Ramaya Royals are playing with Krishvi Dishum. So we have Dr. Sanjay Rao and Siddharth Raju from Krishvi Dishum. And from Ramaya Royals, we have Colonel Dhara Chinnappa and Vivek Dua. So, didn't get that chip at all. Ramaya Royals duffed it, as we say. Hit way behind the ball and could not connect to get it onto the green. So the ball just going a few feet ahead, which means his partner needs to do the job now. Ramai Royals on the outskirts in front of the green. Krishvi Dishum players are standing behind the bunker. So maybe they are in the bunker. So hopefully this chip will connect better and get it onto the putting surface of the green. And a good chip, but wanted a bit more. Slow down is what he says. He wanted a bit more right, I guess. He got the right idea. Play it on the slope on the right and make it run down to the left towards the hole. And now Krishvi Dishum players, Sanjay Rao and Siddharth Raju from the bunker. So that looks like Sid. So Siddharth Raju now in the bunker and is looking to get it up and down from there. So Sandy Hazard. Connects well and gets the perfect lob, Siddharth Raju, and beautiful landing on the green. Soft land, hardly moves a few paces. And I'm sure his partner is definitely going to go. Dr. Rao is going to go all out and try. For any reason, he gets it into the hole. That will be an icing on the cake. But the cake has been baked by Sid. Dr. Rao, can you provide the icing with a magical Sandy hole out? Sid got the perfect lob in the sand. Soft landing, moved 2 paces and stopped within 3 feet of the hole. Doc on his sleeve. Krishvi Dishum. Can he get a better bunker shot than his partner, who's done really well? This has connected full up, and that's out of bounds. Literally aiming for the commentary box there, Doc. I think it was full contact in the sand, and the ball came to us for a catch. So he's come OB from there, so I guess he's going to take the ball and mark close to his partner's ball. Doc Rao, a 22 handicapper. Sid Raju, 13, combined 35, 40% is 14. Ramaya Royals, Colonel Dhara Chinnappa 9, Vivek Dua 12, combined 21, 40%, 8. So marking for the putts. Dhara, Colonel Dhara Chinnappa and Vivek. Vivek will putt first, I guess. It's a good putt downhill and into the hole, and a smile there on the Ramaya Royals players. Vivek sinks it in downhill, and Dhara doesn't need to putt. So now who's going to do it for Krishvi? It's going to be Sid first. Sid would be attempting to go at it. And he misses from the right. Doc Rao, can you make up now? By sinking it in and saving Sid one more putt. Doc misses from the left, so looks like it'll have to be Sid's ball, which will be the one that will complete this hole. So Krishvi Dishum and Ramaya Royals wrap up the 9th. As they proceed to the 10th, we shift action to the 18th. 18th hole, we have Britannia Bourbon Birdies in action with Green Riders, I think. With Kasu Marble Italia. So Sunil Masand and Pawan Mehta have finished at the 18th. And Kasu Marble Italia, Harsh Mastur Lal, Major General Bala Tambaiya. So both the teams have putted out on the 18th and they move away. We look around for more action. Teams approaching the 18th green there in the background. Colonel Bhaskar JV and Group Captain Kumaran of Green Riders and Kaveri Express, Rajneesh Verma and Karan Tandon. The ball going off to the left, close to the hazard. So Green Riders going for the long approach shot towards the 18th green. Bhaskar JV and Kumaran AS from the distance. Should be at least 200 yards. The approach towards the green. So they opted for the tee, which is a little to the left of the fairway. It was better placed. Now the approach. One has approached but went off a bit to the left towards the hazard. This ball is much better. It's just at the front edge of the green. So good result there for Green Riders on the second one. Just landed at the front edge of the green to the right side, compared to the first one, which went way towards the left, towards the hazard. So we have an approach getting ready at the 9th. At the 9th. So action round the 9th green now. We have the ASM Aces and Team Protec who have just come on. Anandas Joseph and Ramesh Radhakrishnan of ASM Aces. Gurdeep Singh and Vivek Malhotra of Team Protec. Okay. So stay tuned for live action. We're on the 9th green and Ramesh Radhakrishnan is just checking out his putt. He's playing with his friend Anandas Joseph. Gurdeep Singh Virdi and Vivek Malhotra, Team Protec. Anandas Joseph, Ramesh Radhakrishnan of ASM Aces around the 9th green. So Ramesh to putt first from the front edge of the green. Uphill putt should be from the left to the right, maybe marginally. Broke away, so it was from right to left, but it broke away too soon and went a bit off. Now AJ going to putt from the same place. Anandas Joseph for the ASM Aces. Aiming right as it should be, and this one doesn't break enough. Just goes past the right of the hole and still looks better than the previous one. And Team Protec now, who seem to be on a longish downhill putt, at least 20 feet. At least 20 feet from left to right. And that should be pretty electric speed. Well putt there, beautifully within few inches on the right of the hole. Wanted to aim a bit more left so that it would break into the right, but stops just at the right edge of the hole, and it should be a tap in unless his partner he has an opportunity now to try and sink it in. This should go in from the left, I guess. It's a bit fast down. And looks like he has all about sunk it. Oh, that's one roll away. That hurts. That really, really hurts. It was one roll away from sinking in. That must be painful. Really, really painful. And he needed to tap in. They can't believe it. They thought they had it almost in. And now awesome ASM Aces. Going for the putt from the right of the flag. It'll be Anand Joseph's putt first, so Ramesh will wait out. Meanwhile, on the 18th, we have Green Riders and Kaveri Express putting it out. Keep watching the live stream. We're trying to get you the score update soon. And AJ misses from the right and looks like his partner needs to clear up now. Stay tuned. We'll have a short refreshment break and we will be back with the live stream and commentary. So you're watching the live stream from the 9th hole at the KGA. It's a Rosetta by Ferns and Promac Pin High on the 9th. Shiv Moola and Shantakumar, and Dhruv Jari and Bipin Boob. So Dhruv Jari going to chip from the right of the green. It's a nice one towards the hole and just beside it for a pretty short putt, giving his partner the license now, Bipin, to try and go right in. He's safely placed there. Was in the rough on the right. Needed a soft landing chip, but over the rough, because if it had landed in the rough, it would have hardly moved further. So it needed to carry the rough. It needed to go towards the hole, and Bipin strikes it too firm, leading to the ball racing away, too far away from the hole. Which brings Dhur's ball into play literally. And Shiv Moola now with his partner Shantakumar. So Shiv is a 9 handicapper, Shantakumar 24, 33, 40%. 33 is combined, so 40% is 13. So Rosetta by Ferns in the hot red, looking to putt downhill. It's right at the top of the mound, so it's just a soft tap that'll race towards the flag, and he seems to have struck it on the right line. The ball did not have too much of strength, otherwise a bit closer would be what he would have been thinking in his mind. Had the right line, ball started well, stopped a few feet short. This time Shantkumar, sorry. It's turning, and it's in! It's in the hole! Shantkumar put it on the perfect line. Super strength and cheering from the galleries by their teammates, who pretty much knew the moment he had the putter in his hand that he's going to sink it. That was the confidence. And some drum beats from the bar for Shantkumar's putt. Dhruv sinks it. So all smiles. The Rosetta by Ferns Pro Mac Pin High teams. So they walk to the 9th, to the 10th after finishing the 9th. Looking out for some batches to approach the green. Stay tuned, you're watching KPL 2021. Third edition of the KGA Premier League, brought to you live from Namma Bengaluru, Karnataka Golf Association. Right now, action is still a short distance away from the greens. We should be having some action on the 18th green, and our camera will shift to the 18th shortly, where teams are lining up to approach. Anugraha Atria Power. Green Riders and Kaveri Express on the first green. Colonel Bhaskar JV, Group Captain Kumaran, Rajneesh Varma, Karan Tandon. And the putt sinks in for the Green Riders. Straight, firm, right in. And now the Kaveri Express need to finish their putt. So now Kaveri Express looking to sink out on the first hole, and they get it too. So a pump and oh my God, thank you, feeling for the Kaveri Express. Very satisfying when the ball drops in. Let's shift to the 18th green now, where we have the Anugraha Atria Power and the SNC Eagles approaching. Sandeep Kulhali, Karthik Shah from Anugraha Atria Power, Vinod Chinnappa, Lalit Kumar Bagla from the SNC Eagles at the approach on the 18th. Sandeep Kulhali with his chip, in fact going with the putter. It's a long 50-footer uphill. He has at least 10 feet to get it on the putting surface of the green, and then another 30 feet. So just not able to get enough strength on it. The tuft of grass and the rough taking away a lot of speed. So the ball barely making it onto the green. It had a long distance to travel if it needed to come anywhere near the hole. He should have given it a real thulp, because that would have taken it up the hill and close to the hole. So now Karthik is going to attempt. He's going for a standard chip, looks like. Karthik looking to chip it from there. Once again, doesn't do enough to get it running up. It's a steep uphill, So you need to really get some strength on it to get it up to the top of the hill. And once you're there, you're good. So Lalit and Vinod now studying the line from the right of the flag. They're going to be marginally downhill. So Vinod Chinnappa is going to be putting up front. Soft dab there by Vinod. He's got the run, but didn't get the final throttle that he expected when it caught the slope. Wanted it to come more round, so he wanted to play further right. So Lalit has some work to do now. Vinod plays to 11. Lalit plays to 16. 27 combined, but 40% is 11. Sandeep is 12. Karthik is 22, 34, but 40% is 14. So stiff competition in the handicapping. Lalit Bagla. Lalit Kumar Bagla. Tries to go more right, but ends up going and breaking left too soon, leaving a fair distance to the hole. So an update. The scores on your screen. So the morning leaders on the top of the chart, but quite a few scores of 60 and 59 and 61 in the first half itself. So let's see the Anugraha Atria Power Putt and the SNC Eagles finish on the 18th. And then we will continue showcasing the scores. And just missing by a whisker on the left. Sandeep Kulhali, Anugraha Atria Power, Lalit Kumar Bagla, SNC Eagles, all set to wrap up on the 18th. So that'll complete 8 holes for them. Soft touch and in. For a second, looked like he was going to go really firm. Last minute, just curtailed the stroke and dropped in. That's in 2. So Anugraha Atria Power also hole out on the 18th as they move towards the first. So we are back live here from the KGA. Two teams walking up onto the 9th green. And in the picture-in-picture, you can see the teams on the 18th green as well. On the 9th green, it's Green Riders and Kaveri Express. And on the 18th, it is Rosetta by Ferns and Promac Pin High. So Rosetta by Ferns putting there on the 18th. Renuka Philip and Ajit Kumar Alwa playing for Rosetta by Ferns. Digbolay Halder and Siddharth Mankani for the Promac Pin High. In your small screen, that is the 18th PIP. On the main screen, it is Kaveri Express and Green Riders. Kaveri Express all set to putt. 25 feet left of the pin. Heading towards the hole and past the left of the flag, but stopping very close to the hole, so would be satisfied. Would be looking to just an easy finish in case his partner doesn't get closer. Sankalp, his partner, just about to putt. This is the scramble format, so should be an open invitation to Sankalp to try and go into the hole if possible, because his teammate is already pretty close to finishing from the distance that he has ended up. So this would be a bit aggressive to try and get straight into the hole. Much firmer, as you can see, and that's why once it misses, it goes much further than the hole. So the idea was right. The partner is already in a position to finish, so why not try and finish with that shot of aggression. For the Green Riders, Javed Ayaz and Dhyan Uthappa. They've left themselves with around 7 feet left of the flag, again on the flattish end of the green, marginally from left to right. So the sun is back out again now. It had long disappeared and given us overcast conditions, but it's now shining bright while it descends towards the sunset in a few hours from now. Green Riders trying to hole out in this one shot itself and just missing again from the left. But they will get a second attempt. the partner can now try once again from the same position to try and get in. Trying to get the line right. Once again, making sure that placed it on the right line, taking the marker off, and now all set to address that putt. All eyes on the green riders, Javed, Jawad and Dhyan. From strike, just offline, moved away to the right too soon. And definitely that putt much easier to finish than Dhyan's putt. So the green riders finish and Kaveri Express should be following suit in just a minute. Very short downhill putt. Sometimes these are tricky. All you need to do is just get the right tap on that line and the greens do the rest. So unhesitated tap, soft and gentle. Give it a gentle push on that line and let the green do the rest. And this time, moved away. So the trickiness of that short putt coming to the fore. In the picture, the first green, where we can see ASM Aces and Team Protec on the first green. Can the Kaveri Express hold this one out? Yes, he does. So, calms the partner, Sankalp, after Rajiva just missed from the right, just practicing his stroke again, his putting stroke, as we move to the first hole, where ASM Aces and Team Protec are in action. Nihal Sabharwal and Sanjeev Gulati, Biligiri Kadambi and Narendra Thelang. Protec with the putt, striking towards the hole, and it looks very, very pretty. It's a beautiful putt coming within sniffing distance of the hole. It just needed a tap in. Team Protec marks because the partner has an attempt now. First putt was a very good one, came so close and stopped at the edge. Can this one do that one roll more and get in? Leaving it way short. Just not enough to get close to the hole, which means they will play out with the partner's putt. The job's done. ASM Aces now. Similar distance, similar line. Right of the flag. In your picture-in-picture, you have the first tee box, Rosetta by Ferns and Promac pin high. Ajit Kumar Alwar teed off on the first, playing with Renuka Philip and Digboloy and Siddharth for the Promac Pinhoy, also on the first. Back to the green. ASM Aces putting towards the hole, going past the right of the hole and going at least 3 feet beyond. So some work to come back in case this putt does not come closer or doesn't go in. ASM Aces now, second attempt for that putt. Meanwhile, the Green Riders have moved to the 10th and this putt looks too soft. Actually, no, it's actually a very good putt. It's literally just short of the hole by 2 rolls and taps it into finish. So both the teams, ASM Aces and Promac Pinhai, are done with the first green. Eyes now on the 10th tee box, where the Green Riders player is all set to tee off on the back 9 of the KGA. Most of the afternoon players have finished 9 to 10 holes. They're playing their back 9 and should be done in time by 5:30, 5:45, going by the way the game has been running. Right now, it's Green Riders on the 10th tee. Dhyan Uttappa. Is that Jawad? It's Jawad on the tee. Got a decent swing. Looked on line and target. No reaction whether it was right or left. So should be well placed on the fairway. Rajiva Parasar of the Kaveri Express next up on the 10th tee. Once again a clean strike, but may not have finished as well as he wanted to. Waiting and watching Rajiva. So they will go ahead on the fairway and check out their options. We now come back to the 9th approach. Anugraha Atria Power headed towards the 9th green with SNC Eagles looking for a long pitch. High and handsome, but is it headed just short? Couldn't make it onto the green in the rough on pretty short there of the green. Both the SNC players are on the green. and Anugraha Atria Power were trying to do the same, but the first one falling a bit short at the front edge of the green. Anugraha Atria Power, the second approach. This one a bit further than the earlier one, but still in the rough short of the green. Not able to make the ball bounce and run onto the green, both the players, and ending up a bit short. SNC Eagles, Nishant Kulkarni and Ramesh Banot, both well placed on the green and looking for the better option. Sushant Gupta and Alok Arora of the Anugraha Atria Power walking across the bridge. To the front end of the green, in the rough short of the green. Just studying the line. We shift to the first green. Rosetta by Ferns, Renuka Philip and Ajit Kumar Alva, and Promac Pinhai, Digboloy Haldar and Siddharth. Ajit putting there. In the meantime, on the 9th, the chip went in. And the smiles and the celebrations. From the rough outside the green into the hole. Anugraha Atria Power bringing a lot of joy to their teammates and spectators. Renuka Philip now on the first green. Nishant in the meantime in your picture-in-picture with his putt, which sinks in, and he gets his putt in. So SNC Eagles also, after getting two good shots onto the green, sink it in one. And the Atria Anugraha Power chip it from short of the green into the hole. Renuka now uphill again with firm, getting it really close to the hole within 2 feet, just a little over 1 foot. We need to check whether Alva had a better one. Promac Pinhai next up with the putting. See the adjacent marker, which marks the partner's ball. Soft tap towards the hole, and he sunk it in. So a beautiful putt there by Promac, pin high, and leaving the partner nothing to do. So all four move on. In fact, both of them move on, and Rosetta by Ferns needs to wrap up with a putt from Renuka Philip or Alva, whoever sinks this. And I think she does the needful. It's in, so can pick up the marker for the partner and move on to the second tee in the small frame. A glimpse of the 10th fairway, where the Kaveri Express lining up for their second shot, approaching the 10th green. We're on the 9th green again. Team Protec and ASM Aces on your screen. Vinod Sharma, Srivatsa playing for the ASM Aces. Vikram and Rajgopal for Team Protec. ASM Aces with their putt on the 9th. Keeping it way short. Not enough to get close. But closer than his partner. So that's the ball that's going to play in next. Green Riders in your picture-in-picture. On the 18th, Prithviraj Ars and Dr. Thomas Joseph there for the Green Riders on the 18th. And Nikhil and Neeta for the Kaveri Express. From the rough, on the left of the 18th green, Captain Prithviraj Ars. And ASM Aces sink in their next putt with the high fives and the fist pumps and the punches. Smiling ASM Aces. Team Protec now. To complete what seems to be a very simple tap-in. And completes it without much fuss and waits for his partner's fist. Prithviraj Ars in the meantime. Kaveri Express now on the 18th. From the back end of the green, the rough, a chip downhill towards the hole, and the chip running past the hole by quite a distance. Nikhil going way beyond the flag, and now it'll be Neeta's soft chip to emulate the downhill chip on the 18th. There's some action at the first green as well. Kasu Marble Italia, Adit Mozaria putting on the first green. Long putt from the front edge of the green, moving towards the flag. Just 2.5 feet away from the hole. Too soft by Neeta, just manages to come onto the putting surface, but way away. Green Riders, Prithviraj with the chip from the other edge now, the rough on the other side, the right side of the green. Can he get in close this time? Gets the chip up well. Closer towards the hole. The Green Riders with that chip. Kasu Marble Italia. Sorry, the Kaveri Express going with Nikhil's chip, which went beyond the flag, but a better puttable distance than where Neeta finished. So Nikhil Puvaya now with an attempt to get that into the 18th hole. Striking it and sinks it, much to the delight of the Kaveri Express players and his playing partner, Neeta. Britannia Bourbon Express in the smaller frame, putting towards the first hole and stops right at the edge. That is too close for comfort. Bal Krishan Mankani. And Varun Berry opting to finish. Bal Krishna Mankani. He thought it would drop to the right into the hole, but he needs to tap it once more. And one more stroke. Which brings Adit and Narendra back for their putts. ASM Aces teeing off on the 10th tee box. So down to the last 5 holes for the day. Most of the batches Adit Mozaria sinks it in, and Team Protect tees off on the 10th. Simultaneous viewing of the first green and the 10th tee box from the KPL 2021 live coverage. A shot of the first green here. Kaveri Express, Nikhil Puvaya and Neeta Gilganchi. Green Riders, Prithvi Rajars and Dr. Thomas Joseph. So right now, Prithvi Rajars with his putt towards the hole, finishes left of the hole on the first green. 12 to 14 inches on the left of the flag. Nikhil Puvaya now for the Kaveri Express on the first green. And missing past the left of the green of the hole. Can Neeta sink this in and save their team a putt? Sagar and Nitin on the 10th for the Pro Mac pin high. Lovely chirping of the birds and the birdies on the green. It's coming to a quiet finish. The day one of the round two. Everything is calm around the KGA, cool. The flight of the birds, the chirping sounds, the picturesque fairways and greens of the KGA. And now the Kaveri Express, 2-putt on the first green. Neeta Gilganchi. And she goes past the left of the hole as well, a bit beyond Nikhil's ball, so I think they will look at Nikhil's marker as the one to follow. Adrian Pereira on the 10th tee box in the small frame as Nikhil holds out. And Pereira strikes off the tee. So Rosetta by Ferns and Pro Mac pin high are off on the 10th. As Priya Alex will now hit off on the ladies tee box. All eyes now. Green Riders, captain and KGA captain Prithvirajars to complete the first green. Sinks it in with ease, moves on.
नई उमंग से भरा है आज भारत। लिखने चले हैं हम सफलता की नई इबारत। बदले देश का नक्शा, नया रूप संवारे, बेजोड़ परिश्रम से चमके कल के उजाले। सफल भारत की नींव रखें, चलो देश बनाएं। एक नहर जो खुशियों की लहर बहाए, एक फैक्ट्री जो लांघे कौशल की सीमाएं, एक माइंड जो अंधेरे चीर रोशनी लुटाए। सफल भारत की नींव रखें, चलो देश बनाएं। एक एयरपोर्ट जो ख्वाबों को नई मंजिलों तक ले जाए, एक मेट्रो जो महानगरों का मनोबल बढ़ाए, एक हाईवे जो व्यापार को नए पंख लगाए। सफल भारत की नींव रखें, चलो देश बनाएं। केवल रेत ईंट सीमेंट नहीं, आशाएं जज्बात भरे हैं। हर निर्माण में, हर इमारत में कुछ कर जाने का इरादा है। एक जोश है नए भारत में। बेबाक बुलंद बढ़ते हैं हम, सुनहरा समृद्ध कल हमारा है। ये वादा आत्मनिर्भरता का है। टाटा हिताची। चलो